Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Do you hear me well? I've been seeing here that there's people writing in other languages, not Spanish, not English. So I don't know what is your main language, but thank you for listening in a language that is not yours, for making the effort. So also thank you for to all the people that is close by the Pacific, that already is tomorrow, and doing the effort to be every day, even if you are ahead in time. So today we have wedding, so I'm again in a different place. I don't know if you are listening, but I guess I am listening to the music, so I don't know if you can hear it. I hope you don't. So the topic for today is arrogance, and arrogance is related to the throat chakra, which we are working today, because this chakra is connected to the process of learning, to assimilating information, of the qualities that we have, all that. So the topic for today related to arrogance and pride. In our society today, we think about these two concepts in a very negative way, and of course, because we have with that point of view. But this is why, in order to understand the real concept behind this, we have to go back to the origin of the words, to know why they have become what we perceive today of those concepts. This is why we are looking in this week in these topics that we usually think totally the opposite, because those are the things that we need to change our perspective from. So the reason why we use these concepts in a negative way is because we inherit information from the society, from the culture, and we live in a society that everything that we do was designed by the monotheistic cultures that were all around the planet, by the globalization, by the colonialism. So these main cultures, they were spreading around the world, and we all have this basis of these traditions and these cultures that shaped our way of thinking. And this means that every thought, every idea, every tradition, every way of thinking, everything that we are now is basically a heritage that we received from our ancestors. And this means that we, the society, live by the unconscious, because unconscious, remember, is to be pushed by others to do something that the rest does. And the conscience is to do what you have within. So we don't usually do what we have within, we do what the society tells us to do. So this means that in our life we don't do, or we are not where we are supposed to be by ourselves, but we do, we act, we are what the society taught us to do and to perceive. So we don't have our own way of understanding the good and the bad, because we inherit that from society that told us what is good and what is bad. So it's important to understand that when we start the path to consciousness, we can never think that a society is conscious. In order to become conscious, you have to go back to this. And the reason why is this is because society is a conjunction of individuals. So this means that are individuals that are pushing constantly the society. So society is always in the unconscious because it's always moved by individuals. So if we are willing to become conscious, we will always have to go back to the self, to go within, to find the truth within, and that would mean to resignify many of the concepts that we have learned from the society. So when I go back to myself, I change my perception of those concepts that I inherit from the society, and from there I can give my new consciousness to the society. Okay, so this is why in all this year what we are trying to do is to go and to go within and to take all the preconcepts that we took from the society and transform them inside to create our own concepts, and we can share it again with the society, because we have to remember the society doesn't have consciousness by itself, because society is a conjunction of individuals. So it are the individuals who must become conscious to share that with the society. And this is why we when we start the path of consciousness, we cannot work with the society. This is why when we start the path of consciousness, suddenly we begin a path of an individualistic path. We have to go back to the one, to the I am. Everything related with the self, with only one. And that's why we have to work with the ego in the consciousness. And when we start to work with the ego, we work ourselves, then we become aware, we become conscious, and we can share that consciousness. See? So the reason why society cannot be conscious is basically because society is a conjunction of individuals. Okay, and why we have a society? Why a society has been created? A society has been created in order to make individuals have a safety of concepts. A society is made up with preconcepts. An individual with awareness can only have concepts. What is this? That a society needs for some people to create concepts already established, so they don't have to think constantly, and they can act by laws, they can act by normatives, so they don't have to think a lot. So society is good because it helps to move forward. and you don't have to rethink constantly everything. That's a society. It's a structure of preconcepts. Okay, that's it. So that's why it cannot be consciousness. It cannot have consciousness by itself. What it can really do is to make individuals inside a society conscious. So an individual, by awareness, by consciousness, can have concepts, and concepts will change constantly according to the development of that being, of that individual. So the conscious of the individual, while changing, can be used for the society. Okay, so an aware being can help society by being aware. Okay, but this is why we have this cliche saying, if you want to change the world, you have to start by yourself. It's very cliche when you say that, but it's the only way. It's the only way, because society cannot change its consciousness. It's impossible, because society is made up with preconcepts. So this is why what we are doing and what we have to do is to rethink and take the preconcepts of the society, to transform them, to make them new concepts. And when we take those concepts, we can put them again in the society, and the society will make of them a new preconcept. But as many conscious individuals has a society, those preconcepts will change constantly. They will not stop, so they will change constantly, adapting, and that's a evolving society. Okay, so acknowledging this, we will work in the preconcept of pride and arrogance. So first of all, let's remember the meaning of arrogance. Arrogance comes from the Latin word ad rogare, that means to be owner of something. That means to own something. Okay. So when you say, for example, the origin in the European language is reg. Reg means to own. Okay, to own something. So this is, for example, the origin of the word register. Okay, the registry. The word Regina, okay, which is queen. Okay, all the words related to the king, those words are related to own something. Okay. So basically, the origin of the word of the word regis, the word arrogance, is to say, this is mine, without hesitating. This is mine. So you become the regent. The regent, you say it like that. You become the regulator, also the one that rules. So you say, this is my truth, this is mine. So when the arrogance becomes something bad, when you saying this is my truth, then you say, if this is my truth, so all the rest are lie. So all of them are fake. That's not real. This is the only truth, and it's mine. Now take this image. Remember that we have spoken about the circle and the dot in the previous videos. So arrogance would be to acknowledge that the center is very important, because the center is the truth. Without the center, there is nothing. There's no origin, there's no end, there's no axis, there's no truth. This is my point, the center, my heart, the core of everything. That's arrogance, because you say, this is my position. If I am not in this position, there's nothing around. So now picture this. You have the center, the arrogance, saying the core, okay? And then you have the circle around. Circle around. And this circle is many other dots around. A lot of them. So without this circle, how can the point in the center know that it is the center? Without circle, there's no center. The dot would never know where is the center. You know what I mean? So this would mean that without the center, the circle cannot know where is the center. And without the circle, the center cannot know where is the core. Okay? So here's where we understand the importance of arrogance. Arrogance is, this is my point. This is where I belong. This is my point of reference. Without a point of reference, you don't know where you are. So arrogance will help me to know where I am, but also arrogance will help me, will be useful if I recognize the arrogance of the others. The arrogance of the others would be where they belong. What is their position in everything? Okay, what is their own position in the whole? So when I accept the position of the other ones, I recognize where each one of us belong. But if I don't recognize the position of the others, and I only recognize mine as truth, so I erase the others' positions, I lost my position too, because now I don't know where is my center. Now let's go to this old sentence that lots of people are using from the Middle Ages. This sentence that you may heard, to put yourself in the place of others, or to put yourself in the shoes of others, you may say too. Or to put my life at service of others. Okay, this sentence, what they made us is to lose our own place and to invade the place of others, to make others to lose their power and you lose your power too. What we should really do is to set ourselves in our own position, because when I occupy my own position, my personal position, you allow the other one to put in their own position. So you empower the other to occupy the place where they belong. In history, we have been taught that is precisely against what we are supposed to do. That to put in our own position and not to go in the position of the other is basically to deny the other. But no, because when you put yourself in your position, you allow the other to put themselves in their own position, so you are given the power to the other one, and by that you are helping the other taking its power. And when you do that, now the center and the circle can work together to create, to do, to manifest. We have been taught that to go in the position of the other, we call that, or that is compassion or empathy. But it's not that. Compassion and empathy is different thing, and we will talk about that in other moments. Now we focus on this, arrogance and pride. So the positive aspect of arrogance. The positive aspect of arrogance is to put yourself in the place where you belong. And where you belong. Or that belongs to you. So the negative aspect of arrogance is to think that your position is the most important one, and that the position of the others doesn't matter. So positive aspect of arrogance will be to put yourself in the place where you belong and respect the place where others belong, to work together by being where you belong. The negative aspect of the arrogance will be to believe that your position is the most important and that the rest doesn't matter, and if you can erase it, better. That would be the wrong way. So important thing, we are not here talking about antonyms, okay? Antonym, you say? Like the opposite meaning of the word, okay? To say if arrogance is bad, so the antonym would be humility, you say? Okay, so we are not talking about that specifically. We are talking to resignify the preconcept that we have of arrogance. Only arrogance, not about antonyms. The reason why I'm not talking about antonyms, like arrogance, and the antonym of it would be humility. How do you say humility? Humble. Well, it's easy to be humble. So I'm not talking about the antonym. Why? Because of this. Why? Because we are in this society, in this new time, trying to go. A lot of people are saying we want to go out of the duality, and But when they try to go out of duality, usually they look for the polarity of the aspects to heal the bad thing. And that's duality. So you are not gonna heal your arrogance with humility. No, you're never gonna heal arrogance with humility. Never. The only way you can really heal arrogance is by resignifying the concept of arrogance. Okay? So humility, I will talk about humility in another moment because it's related with another thing. So now the concept of pride. Pride comes from the idea of be capable of something. Be capable of something. Be good on something. So to be proud is to basically acknowledge that you are original and that you have the possibility to do something different from others, that you are unique. And now we go to the religion to understand why pride is so bad for our cultures. Because for religion works exactly like the communism. Even if communism hates religion and don't want anything about religion, communism and religion basically are the same in system. Because for religion, we are all equals. We are all equals under the eyes of God. So we are all equals under the eyes of God. So I don't know if you remember the history, but the one that wanted to be different and told to God, I want to be different and to do something different, was Lucifer. Lucifer was the one saying, I don't want to do this. I want to do something different. I want to be original. So this is why religion says that everyone that wants to be different or everyone that wants to be unique is bad, because it comes from the devil. The devil wanted to be unique. So it's bad. Okay? This is why the whole culture in religion created this idea that to be unique, to be proud of what you are, of what you know, is bad. But now we go a little bit farther in time, because the devil, Lucifer, was not the origin of all this. It was from our life as mammals. Why? Because we as mammals, we are afraid of change, because we look to live comfortable. We look to feel safe. So change is dangerous for mammals. We don't want to change. We want to be under control. So this is why, as mammals, we created the idea of something that diabolic that pushes towards change. So we created the idea of evil as change. Okay? So it's not that the Lucifer and the religion made us this concept. No, the concept is very natural, and we create the religion to explain that nature. So this is why when we talk about changes, for many of the cultures, not only the religious culture, every culture, they would say, oh, this is something evil, okay? That someone says, I have something to change. I recognize the power that I have within to do something different. Everyone would see, oh, that's the devil. That's the devil. To be proud of something that is different. So basically, pride, to be proud, pride is to say, yes, I am different, I'm unique, and I honor be this. I honor be unique. I want to be unique. I have these capacities, these abilities that are different from other ones. And that's good. So what is the negative aspect of pride? When you think that what you have is better than the rest, and that you say the rest is just nothing compared to what I have. That's what would be the negative aspect of pride. So let's resignify what pride means. Because for so long, for so many years, thousands of years, we have been taught about the concept of pride and arrogance from the point of view of communism, which is the community created by fear to change. And the problem that we have today is that we went to the other extreme of this, which is the capitalism and the success, that says that the only way you can reach success is by pride and arrogance. So the middle point is the one that we have to look for in the consciousness. And that middle point basically is that arrogance is to position the self where it belongs, and pride is to honor what we have and what we are. So let's go to the alignment. The vibration for today is V. The code for today is the 7th dimension. Being a master and becoming a creator makes us unconditional loving beings that exist in co-creation. The 7th dimension is the projected instance of true enlightenment, where the potential of the universe lies, where the being sees itself with the ability of being the cosmos and transforming everything in balance. The statement for today is, I am transmutation of realities. Just I saw a question here. How do I know where I belong? I'm not speaking of a place. I'm not speaking about where you belong as a spot in the world. I'm talking about this is the spot inside, within you. It's the self. Sit comfortable. We begin to move our shoulders in circles. I relax, letting all the weight fall down and paying attention only in my breathing. I become aware of the light around me, how it touches my body and goes inside my body. I take a moment to picture all the people that I know, the closest ones, the farther ones, all around in different distances, the good ones, the bad ones. And I perceive all of them surrounded by this light that comes from me. All of them equally illuminated. Take a deep breath and perceive each one of these persons becoming waves in a big ocean around me. And those waves reflect the light that comes from within me. I recognize that I am in the center of all of them. This is my place. Take a deep breath and dive within the ocean, going deep to the darkness of the bottom of the ocean, observing the light and clarity disappear above as you feel your body surrounded by the shadows and the pressure of the ocean's water. I descend to the subconscious abysm. I set my intention that within my mind and all its layers of consciousness, I can't perceive and watch all my moments of pride and arrogance. I set the intention. I desire to find my place and to honor my special and unique skills. I resound, unifying this awareness in me. I am the transmutation of realities. I am the transmutation of realities. I am the transmutation of realities. I recognize here and now, this is my place. This is where I belong. This is what I am, and I honor the originality, the uniqueness of what I am. In the name of an entity here present, I share with you an advice to take in count. He says that throughout all our history, there are some entities that all the job that they do is to try to make us lose our center. But they're not doing that because they are bad, but because they are trying to prove how strong we are, in the same way that in which we sometimes prove or test the abilities of our bodies climbing a mountain. They say that for them we are like their legs and their hands. So by putting ourselves in test, they create these conflicts and problems so they could know if we can adapt. And he said that in the world, that there is a system of 12, that each person has other 12 people around the world that represent the balance to find the center, the axis, the law of 12. The law of 12 says that if you can find the concepts of these 12 people, so you will find it. You will find the axis much faster. He says that in between 6 to 9 months, there will be a moment where many of us will be put on an exam, a test, to see if we are in balance or not. And he recommends for us to use these 6 to 9 months to find the concept of these 12 people. It's not about to find and have physical those people, but yes, to find the concepts that they represent for you. And these 12 are related to the 12 organic systems of our body. Get fun, he says. Take a deep breath and begin to bring all this consciousness through each part of the body, caressing, stretching. And softly I come back here and now, opening my eyes. Okay. I didn't wanted to channel today because he was like having a very having a kid, 5 years old kid running and with attentional deficit and hyperactivity. So too much, and I don't want that energy inside. To make it more clear, I will write it down. I will make a post with this in Instagram and Facebook. Okay, so remember that Instagram will be yosoy.com, yosoy.red, and also in Facebook, and my own Facebook with my name. I will put it there. So as always, thank you for being there, and see you tomorrow at the same time as always. And and pay attention to your dreams regarding to arrogance and pride. See you tomorrow.